Did you know that 90% of older adults over 65 are unknowingly damaging their digestive system every single day? From daily eating habits to lifestyle routines, these small mistakes can silently lead to bloating, discomfort, or even serious gut problems. Let's uncover them together right now. Hello everyone, my name is Matthew Miller. Welcome to Matthew Miller TV, the channel where we explore practical, science-backed ways to live longer, healthier, and happier lives. If you care about your health and well-being, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you'll never miss valuable insights designed to help you and your loved ones. Your digestive health plays a crucial role in your overall well-being, especially after 65. A healthy gut doesn't just help you process food. It affects your energy, your mood, and even your immune system. But here's the problem. Many seniors repeat the same unhealthy routines day after day, thinking they're harmless. In this video, I'll share with you the 5 most common mistakes that 90% of older people make. And more importantly, simple steps you can take to protect and improve your digestion. To understand how these everyday routines hurt your digestive system, let's dive into the very first mistake. Mistake number 1. Eating too little fiber. Imagine this. Eleanor, a 67-year-old retiree from Florida, begins her mornings the same way she has for decades, with a toasted white bagel and a cup of coffee. Lunch is usually a turkey sandwich on soft white bread, and dinner might be a simple bowl of pasta with a light sauce. For Eleanor, these foods feel easy on her stomach, comforting, and familiar. She believes that refined, softer foods are gentle for someone her age. But lately, she has noticed her body is telling a different story. She feels bloated more often, her energy seems to dip throughout the day, and constipation has become an uncomfortable, regular part of life. Eleanor's experience is not unique. In fact, research from the CDC shows that only about 7% of American adults meet the recommended daily intake for fiber. That means more than 9 out of 10 older adults, especially those over 65, are falling short. The problem is that fiber is not just about preventing constipation. It's one of the most essential nutrients for maintaining digestive health and overall wellness. When your diet lacks fiber, the effects show up quickly and sometimes in ways that may not seem obviously related to what you eat. Without enough fiber, stool doesn't bulk up properly, and the movement through the intestines slows down. This leads to bloating, irregular bowel movements, and discomfort. The National Institute on Aging notes that constipation is one of the most common digestive issues among seniors, and low fiber is one of the biggest culprits. But the risks go beyond that. Low fiber intake increases the likelihood of diverticulosis, a condition where small pouches form along the walls of the colon. While many people don't notice these pouches at first, they can become inflamed and painful, leading to diverticulitis, a condition that often requires medical treatment. Fiber also plays a critical role in regulating blood sugar. Without it, digestion is too fast, and glucose levels spike quickly after meals. For seniors who may already be managing type 2 diabetes or pre-diabetes, this can make things much worse. At the same time, fiber helps lower cholesterol by binding to it and carrying it out of the body. Harvard School of Public Health emphasizes that a high-fiber diet is protective against heart disease, one of the leading causes of death for seniors. Skipping fiber doesn't just hurt your gut, it increases risks for both heart problems and blood sugar imbalances. Another hidden consequence of low fiber is what happens to your gut microbiome. Trillions of bacteria live in your digestive tract, and they rely on fiber as their primary fuel. Without it, these healthy bacteria weaken, your gut's defenses lower, and your immune system takes a hit. Why do so many older adults, like Eleanor, find themselves short on fiber? The reasons are more about habit and comfort than neglect. Many seniors struggle with chewing crunchy foods like raw vegetables, nuts, or seeds, especially if they have dentures or dental sensitivity. This makes them gravitate towards softer, refined foods like white bread, pasta, or rice. There's also the pull of old habits. Decades ago, refined grains were the norm, and whole grain products were less common. Those patterns linger, so sticking with white bread feels natural. Another reason is a misunderstanding about digestion. Some older adults believe that fiber-rich foods are harder on the stomach or will cause gas, so they avoid them altogether. In reality, the body adapts, and once the gut adjusts, fiber often reduces discomfort rather than causing it. Finally, many simply don't realize how much fiber they actually need. Women over 50 should aim for about 21 grams per day, while men should aim for about 30 grams. Yet the average American senior gets less than half of that. The good news is that increasing fiber doesn't have to mean an extreme diet overhaul. Small, thoughtful changes can make a powerful difference. The first step can be as simple as starting with breakfast. Swapping a white bagel for a warm bowl of oatmeal topped with fresh berries instantly adds 8 to 10 grams of fiber to your day. Choosing whole grain bread instead of white bread at lunch adds another 5 to 6 grams. At dinner, adding a half cup of black beans or lentils to a soup, salad or casserole brings in another 7 grams. For snacks, keeping apples, pears, or cucumbers with the peel on is an easy way to add both fiber and hydration. For seniors who have trouble chewing, softer high-fiber options work just as well. Cooked vegetables like carrots, squash, or spinach are gentle on the teeth and the stomach. Mashed beans, lentil soups, or fruit smoothies are also excellent, nutrient-dense options. It's important to make changes gradually. Jumping from 10 grams of fiber to 30 grams overnight can lead to gas, bloating, or cramps. The trick is to add one new source at a time and to drink plenty of water alongside it. Fiber works best when it has water to absorb. It helps bulk up stool and move it comfortably through the intestines. Think of it like giving your digestive system the gentle push it needs to stay active and healthy. Eleanor decided to start small. Mistake number 2. Drinking too little water. Robert, a 70-year-old grandfather from Ohio, often laughs when his daughter reminds him to drink more water. "I'm not thirsty," he says, waving her off while sipping his morning coffee. His day usually includes 2 or 3 cups of coffee, maybe a can of soda at lunch, and a small glass of iced tea with dinner. Water rarely makes the cut. Like many older adults, Robert doesn't feel thirsty as often as he once did, so he assumes his body doesn't need it. But by evening, he often feels sluggish, his mouth is dry, and he sometimes struggles with constipation. He chalks it up to just getting older, never realizing that dehydration is quietly undermining his digestive health and overall well-being. Robert's story is far more common than most people realize. Studies show that nearly 90% of seniors don't drink enough water daily. One of the reasons is simple biology. As we age, our sense of thirst becomes less reliable. The body may need hydration, but the brain doesn't always send strong signals. At the same time, kidney function naturally declines with age, which makes conserving water harder. Medications, such as diuretics for high blood pressure, can also increase fluid loss. The result is that many older adults are chronically underhydrated without even noticing. The consequences of this silent dehydration go beyond feeling thirsty. Water is essential for every step of digestion. It helps break down food, dissolves nutrients, and keeps stools soft so it can move easily through the intestines. Without enough water, food moves sluggishly, leading to bloating, constipation, and discomfort. According to the National Institute on Aging, dehydration is one of the most common reasons seniors are admitted to emergency rooms, often disguised as dizziness, confusion, or fatigue. In fact, mild dehydration can reduce cognitive function by up to 30%, making it harder to focus or remember things clearly. For someone already concerned about memory loss, this can be alarming. Another overlooked role of water is its impact on gut bacteria. Just as fiber feeds healthy microbes, water provides the environment they need to thrive. When hydration is low, the balance of bacteria shifts, often favoring strains linked to inflammation and digestive discomfort. At the same time, dehydration thickens the blood and makes circulation less efficient, putting extra strain on the heart and kidneys. Research from Harvard points out that people who consistently stay hydrated reduce their risk of developing chronic conditions like kidney stones, urinary tract infections, and even long-term kidney disease. Why do so many older Mistake number 3. Eating too much processed food. Susan, a 67-year-old retiree from Florida, prides herself on staying independent. She lives alone, enjoys gardening, and still drives herself to the store every week. But, like many older adults, she finds cooking from scratch to be tiring at times. It's just easier to pick up frozen dinners, microwavable soups, or those ready-made sandwiches from the supermarket. It's quick, it's cheap, and it's only don't need a fancy meal, she tells her friends. Her pantry is stocked with canned chili, boxed macaroni and cheese, and her freezer filled with frozen pizzas. At first glance, this seems harmless. After all, food is food, right? But what Susan doesn't realize is that this reliance on processed meals is quietly harming her digestive health. Processed foods are often loaded with added salt, sugar, unhealthy fats, and preservatives that disrupt the delicate balance of the gut. And as far from alone, statistics show that nearly 60% of the average American diet comes from ultra-processed foods. And for seniors who seek convenience, that number may be even higher. The digestive system was designed for real whole foods, fresh vegetables, fruits, grains, lean proteins. These foods come packed with fiber, vitamins, and natural enzymes that keep digestion smooth and efficient. Processed foods, on the other hand, are stripped of fiber and often replaced with artificial additives. Without fiber, stool becomes harder and slower to pass, leading to constipation, a problem that already affects about 40% of adults over 65. Worse yet, processed foods encourage the growth of harmful bacteria in the gut. Over time, this imbalance can lead to bloating, discomfort, and even weaken the immune system, since much of our immunity is rooted in the gut. The consequences go beyond just an upset stomach. Diets high in processed foods have been linked to obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and colon cancer. A 2022 study published in BM found that adults who consumed the highest amounts of ultra-processed foods had a 29% higher risk of colorectal cancer compared to those who ate the least. For seniors, whose digestive systems are already more sensitive, these risks are magnified. The preservatives, emulsifiers, and artificial sweeteners found in processed foods can inflame the gut lining, making it harder to absorb nutrients. This can lead to deficiencies. Mistake number 4. Ignoring fiber intake. Margaret, a 69-year-old grandmother from Arizona, always thought her diet was just fine. Breakfast was usually a couple of scrambled eggs and white toast. Lunch might be a grilled cheese sandwich, and dinner often included chicken with mashed potatoes. She rarely thought about vegetables beyond the occasional green beans, and fruits was something she saved for dessert, i.e. enough, she often said when her daughter urged her to add more produce to her meals. But Margaret's constant bloating, constipation, and feelings of heaviness told a different story. Like millions of older adults, she wasn't eating nearly enough fiber, and her digestive health was paying the price. Fiber is often overlooked, yet it's absolutely essential. It's the part of plant foods your body can't digest, but that's exactly why it's so powerful. Fiber adds bulk to stool, softens it, and helps food move efficiently through the digestive system. Without it, the intestines struggle, leading to constipation and discomfort. According to the USDA, fewer than 1 in 10 adults in the US meet their daily fiber needs, and seniors are the group most likely to fall short. That is alarming when you consider that low fiber intake is directly linked to some of the most common digestive issues in older adults. The consequences of ignoring fiber ripple across the entire body. Constipation, which affects up to 40% of people over 65, is the most obvious problem, but it's just the beginning. Low-fiber diets increase the risk of diverticulosis, a condition where small pouches form in the colon wall and can become inflamed or infected. In addition, research from Harvard shows that fiber feeds the good bacteria in the gut, helping them produce compounds that lower inflammation and strengthen the colon lining. Without enough fiber, harmful bacteria dominate, creating imbalance, discomfort, and a weakened immune response. Fiber also plays a role far beyond digestion. Soluble fiber binds to cholesterol in the gut, helping reduce LDL, the bad cholesterol that clogs arteries. It also slows the absorption of sugar, preventing blood sugar spikes and lowering the risk of type 2 diabetes. In fact, a 2019 meta-analysis in The Lancet found that people with high fiber intake had a 15 to 30% lower risk of dying from heart disease, stroke, or type 2 diabetes compared to those who ate very little. For seniors, whose risk of these conditions is already elevated, fiber is not just helpful, it's life-saving. So why do so many older Americans fall short? Part of the answer lies in long-standing habits. Many grew up eating white bread, white rice, and heavily processed meals. Mistake number 5. Skipping regular meals. Ellen, a 74-year-old widow from Michigan, often tells her friends she's just not hungry in the mornings. She wakes up, has a cup of coffee, maybe a piece of toast if she remembers, and doesn't eat again until mid-afternoon. By then, she's ravenous, so she grabs whatever's quick, sometimes a fast food sandwich, sometimes a slice of leftover pie. Dinner is often late and heavy, and then she goes to bed feeling uncomfortable. For Ellen, this routine has become a habit she doesn't think much about. "I'm older, I don't need as much food," she insists. But what she doesn't realize is that by skipping regular meals, she's placing unnecessary stress on her digestive system and her overall health. Skipping meals is surprisingly common among older adults. According to a survey by the National Council on Aging, nearly 1 in 4 seniors regularly skip at least one meal a day, often due to low appetite, convenience, or financial concerns, or what feels like a harmless decision can have a domino effect on digestion, metabolism, and long-term wellness. When we skip meals, the digestive system doesn't get the steady rhythm it relies on. Instead of working smoothly throughout the day, it's forced into feast or famine cycles. By the time Ellen finally eats in the afternoon, her stomach is empty, her blood sugar is low, and her body craves quick energy. That often leads to overeating foods high in sugar and fat, which are harder to digest and more likely to cause bloating, acid reflux, and indigestion. Over time, these cycles contribute to weight gain, unstable blood sugar, and higher risks of conditions like type 2 diabetes and heart disease. The science supports this. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that people who regularly skipped meals were more likely to develop insulin resistance, a condition where the body struggles to manage blood sugar effectively. For older adults, whose bodies are already more sensitive to blood sugar fluctuations, this can be particularly dangerous. Skipping meals also slows down metabolism, making it harder to maintain a healthy weight. And when seniors go long periods without eating, the body sometimes breaks down muscle tissue for energy, accelerating age-related muscle loss known as digestive discomfort is another major consequence. Large, heavy meals after long gaps put enormous strain on the stomach and intestines. Acid reflux, bloating, and constipation often follow. Seniors who already struggle with digestive sensitivity may find their symptoms worsen dramatically when meals are irregular. In fact, gastroenterologists often advise patients with acid reflux or irritable bowel syndrome to eat smaller or frequent meals precisely because it keeps the digestive system from being overloaded. So why does this mistake happen so often? For many seniors, appetite naturally declines with age. Changes in hormones, medications, and reduced activity all play a role. Depression or loneliness can also sap motivation to cook or eat regularly. Some older adults skip meals to save money, while others simply get distracted and forget. For Ellen, it was a combination of habit and low morning appetite. Coffee felt easier than preparing a balanced breakfast. The solution isn't complicated, but it does require intention. The digestive system thrives on consistency. Eating balanced meals at regular times each day helps keep blood sugar steady, provides the body with the fuel it needs, and prevents overeating later. That doesn't mean eating large meals, it means eating smaller nutrient-rich meals spread evenly throughout the day. Practical strategies can help. For those with low appetite in the morning, start small. A banana with a spoonful of peanut butter, a smoothie, or a slice of whole grain toast with avocado. These light but nutritious options kickstart digestion without feeling overwhelming. Lunch and dinner should include lean proteins, vegetables, and whole grains, with snacks like yogurt, nuts, or fruit in between to keep energy stable. For seniors living alone, preparing meals in advance or keeping easy-to-assemble ingredients on hand like pre-cut vegetables, hard-boiled eggs, or whole grain wraps can make healthy eating less of a chore. Hydration also matters. Sometimes, what feels like low appetite is actually mild dehydration, which can suppress hunger signals. Drinking a glass of water before meals can stimulate digestion and encourage regular eating. Another trick is to eat in social settings whenever possible. Studies show that seniors eat more and make healthier choices when dining with others compared to eating alone. Whether it's inviting a friend for lunch or joining a community meal program, shared meals provide both nutrition and connection. Ellen eventually realized that her skipping meals was contributing to her fatigue and digestive discomfort. With her doctor's encouragement, she began making small adjustments. Instead of skipping breakfast, we've covered a lot today, and I want to bring it all together. The truth is, your digestive health at 65 and beyond doesn't decline overnight. It's shaped every single day by the habits you practice. From overeating late at night, drinking too little water, not getting enough fiber, ignoring physical activity, skipping meals, and other routines we've discussed. These common mistakes might feel small, but together they can take a serious toll on your gut, your energy, and your overall well-being. The good news, you have the power to change it. Every positive step, whether it's adding one more glass of water, enjoying a fiber-rich salad, or keeping a consistent meal schedule, moves you closer to better digestion and healthier aging. Your body will thank you for the consistency, the nourishment, and the care you give it. So let me ask you, which of these habits do you recognize in your own life? Have you caught yourself skipping meals, eating too late, or not paying enough attention to your gut health? If so, now's the perfect time to start making those small but powerful changes. And here's what I'd love for you to do next. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. It really supports the channel. Share it with a friend or loved one who is also working on their health after sick day, because you never know how much one video can help someone else. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more expert-backed tips on senior wellness, healthy aging, and practical strategies to help you live your best years with energy and confidence. Remember, healthy digestion is not just about avoiding discomfort. It's about fueling your body so you can keep doing the things you love. You deserve to feel light, strong, and vibrant at every stage of life. Take care of yourself, take care of your gut, and I'll see you in the next video.